Well, that's the girls. Now it's the boys' turn for the board relay. Taking a look at that start list, the Newport team, the same trio we've seen all day. Can they make it a treble?
Well, Newport will go all right, no doubt, Josh, but I like Currumbin with Hayden White backing up Michael Sahl and Jackson Maynard.
3 Currumbin teams, 3 Northcliffe teams, and a pair from Surfers Paradise. So some of the big guns of surf lifesaving on the Gold Coast really coming out for this one. They're in the starter's hands, and he's holding them just a little bit longer than usual. And the boys are away. The 3 Currumbin caps closest to the screen. Then Dane Farrell on their inside. We've seen him all day today, and what a performance. Alexandra Headland out in front. That looks like young Jet Kenny there leading. So he's doing a good job. We know he's got a blistering board start, and he's really showing why at the moment. Son of the great Grant Kenny, former Australian senior and junior Ironman champion. He's definitely inherited those genes, and you can see it in his paddling style.
Yeah, and he's done a great job there, Josh, to get himself off the beach. It looks like Nick Malcolm and Reece Burrows on his side haven't had a bad start either.
Definitely, they'll be ones to watch. Some of the best board paddlers in the business leading off here. And as we've seen all day in the relay events, getting out in front early is so important for these teams.
A couple of waves have held Jet up there, so it's North Burleigh out in front now. North Burleigh, Northcliffe and Northcliffe make their way to the can.
The Gold Coast powerhouses here up against the Sunshine Coast, Alexandra Headland and Noosa. They form the V as they make their way out to sea. And for the first leg of the board relay here, and big long strokes at this point, we've seen a lot of the guys start to ease up. They'll sit back on the heels a little bit and take a rest.
Yeah, we see Tainui Kaiho laying down on the right-hand side.
Just resting the legs a little bit there as they head around the first can. And still North Burleigh out in front, hot on their hammer. Newport and Alexandra Headland so tight in there. And we see Jet Kenny just lose a few places in the wash there. Noosa Headland not giving him any room at all as they make their way along the back. How tough is that to paddle around those cans on your knees with such shocking water in there?
Yeah, that's pretty tough in that messy water as we see Hayden White make his way up the inside, followed by Luke Cuff. They're going to try and get the inside run around that can and make the most of the run home to the beach.
A few of the boys struggling to get their arms in the water, but not Hayden White as he breaks free. Jet Kenny in the bash and crash of the pack. He's really slowed up the rating at the moment, just trying to run that board. Hayden White from Currumbin out in front, North Burleigh in second, a pair of Northcliffe caps in third and fourth. Looks like Luke Cuff there, the former world junior board champion, making his way to the front for Mermaid Beach. So they'll have a great team as well with James Lacey. But it's North Burleigh and Currumbin out in front leading the charge at the moment. And Dane Farrell putting the pressure on from Newport on the green-tipped board. But nothing coming on the horizon for these guys. But as I say, that one starts to loom. And the boys push hard, really, really hard. Going Hayden White out in front. Luke Cuff, the former training partners. Luke Cuff just sits up and falls off. What an effort from Hayden White. How did he get down that?
Well, he had to work hard there. He kept his head down, his bum up, and driving all the way through to the beach.
A little butterfly stroke to get over that small wave, and have a look behind him. 2, 4, 6 on the next wave. 6 on the wave after that. So they're all coming for Hayden White and Currumbin out in front. He gets up. One of the quickest blokes you'll see on the beach. He's going to make this transition count, isn't he?
Well, he has to make the most of that speed, Josh, because the guys chasing behind won't let up.
Something he's not used to, all alone out in front. Hayden White, he'll come round and tag the second paddler there as Dane Farrell really puts the power down. Tainui Kaiho there from Noosa B. And then you could throw a blanket over the rest of the field, all the way from third back to about 15th place. There's only a matter of metres in it. Michael Saul makes his way out as Currumbin C are around and in the water as well. It looks like Kendrick Louis there for Newport and Bailey Williams for Noosa are hot on the heels of Currumbin A as Bo Wheeler for Northcliffe makes his way through the wash. We're riding on with Zach Orchard here, one of the best board paddlers in the business and a really great supporter of the summer of surf. He's making his way for Surfers Paradise along with Dan Booth in the B side as well. As Noosa A have a lot of work to do. You'd expect them to be further up the front with the likes of Reece Burrows and Lockie Lansdowne.
Yeah, that looked like Lockie Lansdowne making his way out, but as you said, Josh, they've got a lot of work to do. They are a long way behind.
But if they can tack onto the back of this big group that Zach Orchard, he gets his chin into it there on the board, make sure he doesn't come off. A little tactic, I don't know how much that helps getting the chin down there, but he can get some deeper strokes in as Michael Saul, former bronze medalist at the Australian titles in the board race. He's had a few years out of the sport. He's come back this year in such a strong board paddling club. He's already making his mark, isn't he?
Currumbin is rich in history in terms of board paddling, and they've got a lot stronger now with the addition of Hayden White and the Northern sisters. As we see Zach Orchard make his way around that last can, he seems to use that chin to turn the board. I don't know if that's something Trevor Hendy's taught him.
The little chin dip there from Zach Orchard seems to be working as he works his way into third place, just behind Newport as a wave looms out the back. There's going to be a few on this. No, it just fills up a little bit. It may still be on for Michael Saul, our leader, but he's going to have to put the hammer down. It just threatened to break there for second, third, and fourth as another one out the back pushes the back markers through. Newport in second, Surfers Paradise in third. Looks like Nick Fox from the Wander Club in Sydney's Bay coming through as well, but no, Michael Saul out in front, found a little runner, worked it well, got himself a wave, and now he'll rest those legs for a big transition.
Yeah, he's going to have to run hard, and he's going to hand over to Jackson Maynard, who you think would be hard to beat with a gap like this.
A huge lead out in front as Kendrick Louis, is forced to wait for a wave alongside James Lacey. Looks like Beau Wheeler's paddled Northcliffe onto the second wave as comes down Nick Fox from Wander. He's trying to work down it on the outside, working down it. Yes, he's home, but one man who is home for sure is Michael Saul. He's up around the flag and heading towards Jackson Maynard, his final paddler here. Currumbin with a huge lead into this final leg, but Zach Orchard is refusing to stop. J-Mo Porter around for Alexandra Headlands. Kendrick Louis, the Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park Club as well are in the mix. It goes Alex, Wander, Mermaid, Newport, Northcliffe, Burleigh. They're all in it here as they make their way to the final leg.
Have a look at the speed of Max Beattie off the beach. He's chasing hard with Hayden Allen and Simon Murphy in pursuit of him.
He's like a speedboat off the beach here. Look at the rating, look at the grit in his teeth. He's got eyes only for the leader, and he's going after Currumbin and Jackson Maynard, and that gap's been halved in just a matter of metres. We're on with Connor Book here from Alexandra Headlands. He's a ski paddler, but you get in these team events, you have to do your job, and you've been put into the front pack. Do you think he can make a performance here for Alexandra Headland?
I think he's just filling in spots there with Alex right away.
Well, has Max Beattie gone out too hard? He looks shattered at this point as he surrounds that first can, but as I say it, he starts to make another little effort. He's on the tail of Jackson Maynard here, and is it a game of cat and mouse here, or can they afford that with 5, 6, 7 down the Indian file?
Well, Max Beattie seems to be hurting, but he's happy to tuck in there behind Jackson Maynard and have a rest.
Connor Book still with some work to do on the back there. That technique's a little bit dodgy, but we can understand it from a ski paddler's perspective there. He's doing a great job in the mix with some of these big boys. But Jackson Maynard turns for home, and Max Beattie really puts the power down to come up alongside him. So this is a huge turn up here for Surfers Paradise. It's Surfers Paradise and Currumbin out in front. Jackson Maynard on his knees, big, long, deep strokes. Max Beattie joins him up beside, and as they come past the swim cans for the final time, they really start to work. Max Beattie, his heart would be pumping, his arms would be hurting. How much effort would he be putting in at this point?
Well, not only that, but his legs are burning. He needs to work all the way back to the beach to make the most out of these little runners, as we see one peek up behind him.
And they're pushing. Max Beattie out in front. Pushing. Jackson Maynard sits up. Max Beattie doesn't, and he goes down it. Those 2 extra strokes got him down the wave and have won him the board relay. What a performance from Max Beattie. Takes a quick look around. I think he knows he's got it, but the boys out the back, they're going to fight it out for second and third place. That is the performance of the day there for Max Beattie. Went in 100 metres down, got to the can in second place, made his move on the way home, and has won him the board relay. He gets out up the beach. Nobody's going to get him from there, and now the race is on for second place. But have a look at Max Beattie's stride out. He'll be very happy with this one. First competition in the Surfers Paradise Cup. Comes home with a win, and he's very happy as he crosses the line. What a job there. Around in second place, Jackson Maynard from Currumbin. It looks like Wander there snuck home for third ahead of Burleigh Heads, Newport, and Mermaid Beach. Taking a look at the results, Beattie, Malcolm and Orchard for Surfers Paradise. A big win in the opening round of the Summer of Surf. Currumbin, Wander, Burleigh Heads round out our top 4. And taking a look over the page, Currumbin, Surfers Paradise and Northcliffe round us out.
Yeah, got away all right, faded, but luckily the other boys could bring it home, so got really lucky there. A couple of good paddlers.
In that pack, was strong in that second leg. They all came around in that next pack.
Yeah, it's always good to go in with someone like Kendrick. He's obviously sitting in
guys like me and Nick are always known to fade a bit the first 10, but you know, it's always lovely to get a bit of a wash on the way in, and you know, a few bit of quarters, but actually get away in the end, so I can play too.
And Mr. TV does it again.
I always did it again. I think Jacko Maynard did most of the work, but yeah, I think it worked out really well. We wanted to be in that sort of in the mix one last leg, and I rode Jacko all the way out, and just had enough legs to pull that last load at the end. So really happy.